The family of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has confirmed that he will personally handle his legal defense when his trial resumes on March 21. In a statement released today, Kanu's younger brother, Emmanuel Kanu, disclosed that the decision was made to ensure a fair hearing free from legal delays that have plagued the case. According to the statement, Kanu's choice to defend himself marks a significant turning point in his trial. The statement further argues that this decision will expose fundamental concerns about how the Nigerian judiciary has handled the cases related to the BiAFRA self-determination movement. Also, it stated that this links Kanu's decision to his previous legal victories, particularly the removal of Justice Binta Nyako from his case. Additionally, the statement accuses the federal government of handling the case with bias from the outset.
But you know the kind of person Nnamdi Kanu is. Very blunt. He doesn't hide anything. He actually exposed Binta Nyako's family, a fraudulent family. Today, Tusho said over his dead body. But he said he's not going to handle a case that was at least, vindicated or victory given to Nnamdi Kanu 2 times. In that regard, he said, if I actually begin to handle this case, what am I going to say anymore? I still find it very, wrong to preside over such case. Nnamdi Kanu was wrongly rendition into this country from Nairobi, Kenya in 2021.
Depending on your time zone and location. Chibono, Ayanoza, because Bobony and Hacham settle down. The update I will tell you be very, very important update. Was Catalonian Dumas and Nnamdi Kanu. The latest update in Ero Internet, but Onion Dumas and Nnamdi Kanu Sizikon, or God defend Dumia tomorrow. No legacy me break. Hagana, Yaman, defend Dumia tomorrow, or got caught before the new judge. One now, Auburn update about authentic and very true. Una mara that na echiga de kwakpo onu my family na the last court aga na eji Maazị Nnamdi Kanu eji ikwu ife niile okpu n'ọnụ nwanna this new judge assigned Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ga-ejikekwere ejike wee pụta n'ọgbọ echi because echiga dị very very kpọkpọ ọ bụ ma kpọkpọ echiga dị kpọkpọ as onye ndu prepares to defend himself tomorrow before the new judge. What Biafrans are expecting to see. Actually, can you watch this other video? Can you know the reactions of Biafrans concerning this case, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu? Some other update I know with some judges saying a good case before this particular judge here with her. Nde kwara also na case saying actually involved with her in this case. One this new judge got from Ketaro Biati 21st of March 2025. Maka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is in order defend with Ifena Kayobi, with Ifena back here up. And that is the fact that no my law carry under and stand in Hana, Georgia. Actually, you cook this video, settle down, you watch this video from beginning to the end. You watch the video, a cabaro, drop one opinion in the comment section. The talk and share button can be up and those are we want the updates. Watch the rest of the video, guys. I'll be right back.
Beautiful morning, Maazị Raf.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Once again, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated. Yes. Because yesterday we saw Binta Nyako disgraced when a new judge who just got a reassignment,
yes,
to handle the case of Nnamdi Kanu came out to say that, well, Nnamdi Kanu was unjustly arrested and by extension has even been granted a bail, that he will not have his whole hand soiled because this case has gone beyond Nigeria. The Americas, the United Nations are all involved and he will not be a corrupt judge like the Binta Nyako. Maazị Raf, welcome. What's your reaction?
Thank you so much. It's a jubilation now currently. Then yesterday it was a great jubilation, Biafrans all over the world, not only Nigeria, we are celebrating, shouting, joyful song, all in favor of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Because a justice by name, Justice Judicial, has actually asserted that handling or presiding over Maazị Nnamdi Kanu issue or case in the court might, soil his legal reputation. He said since the federal government of Nigeria has actually been defeated in the court of law by the same Maazị Nnamdi Kanu 2 times, he said, what was he going to judge again? He says Maazị Nnamdi Kanu has no case since Nigerian government wrongly renditioned Nnamdi Kanu from Nairobi, Kenya. He said he was wrongly brought into this country, that he was not going to handle the case. He washed off his hands of this case. I don't know what to understand. Thereby disgracing the former Chief Justice Binta Nyako. Yes, Binta Nyako was there wrongly because they called her for the second time, and when Maazị Nnamdi Kanu actually had confrontation with her, she actually understood that she was doing the wrong thing, and that was what actually finally excused him or recused him of that case. He left the case. Now Binta Nyako, after being disgraced, Kanu actually came out to tell Nyako that you were having fraudulent case hanging on the necks of your family, you, your son, and your husband. And that was why Binta Nyako, as a woman, started crying, because it was a, a legal disgrace. It was a, let me say, a general disgrace, public disgrace, because nobody even knew about that allegation. But you know the kind of person Nnamdi Kanu he is, very blunt. He doesn't hide anything. He actually exposed Binta Nyako's family, a fraudulent family. Today, Tusho said over his dead body. Anyway, I don't wish him death. He's not going to die, but he said he's not going to handle a case that was at least, vindicated or victory given to Nnamdi Kanu 2 times in that regard. He said, if I actually begin to handle this case, what am I going to say anymore? I still find it very, wrong to preside over such case. Nnamdi Kanu was wrongly renditioned into this country from Nairobi, Kenya in 2021. He said they should allow the gentleman to go free. Later, he joined his point by saying that he is not going to play eye service to satisfy some people, thereby, gambling with his legal document or certificates. He said, what about my integrity? What matters to me is my integrity, and I don't want my integrity ruined by at least meddling on that case again. It's a case that Nnamdi Kanu has won 2 times. The man, a justice, a legal giant, actually has watched off his hands of this case. Then we know the kind of game that Tinubu-led administration is playing. Tinubu is delaying Nnamdi Kanu's release so that he will use it to bargain with the Igbos come 2027. The reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still staying there is, let's say, when 2027 comes, Tinubu is going to campaign in Igbo land. He's going to promise them that if he releases Nnamdi Kanu, you people are going to vote for me. But I'm telling you that they actually promised an Anambarians when we were about electing, embarking on gubernatorial election that brought in Chief Charles Soludo, the current Anambra State Governor. The federal government of Nigeria promised Ndi Anambra that immediately that election finishes, they are going to release Nnamdi Kanu. That was why election held in Anambra State. It was all free for fight war zone. I mean Anambra and Imo State. Before that election, the soldier, the police, and the indigenous people of BiAFRA and the youth over there were fighting themselves over Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration. And why did election hold? It was a promise that if they did the election successfully, Nnamdi Kanu will be free. Today, Nnamdi Kanu's family, they have been at least, frequenting Aso Rock, frequenting DSS facilities in Abuja over Nnamdi Kanu's release. In the context of the promise made to them, the Nnamdi Kanu's family, when Soludo election was about to at least come. And actually, after that election, what happened today? They turned their back on Nnamdi Kanu's family. So this time around, every Igbo man, hopefully we are believing that Tinubu is playing political game to use Nnamdi Kanu at least as a bait, as a gambling or let me say, sacrifice comes 2027. We are prepared this time, waiting for him to tell him right on his face that all his political promises are nothing but deceptions and lies. If 2027 comes, Tinubu will promise and they will fail to fulfill his promise. So nobody should listen to a promise of that nature. The only thing we know is that the Igbos should work hard now, the elites, the Hanezes, the politicians even, and the Igbo youth, to make sure that we go beyond Nigeria to see that Nnamdi Kanu is freed. They are leaving him there to use him. APC government, they are using Nnamdi Kanu there to use him again for 2027 presidential ambition or second coming of Bola Ahmed.
Okay, but we know that some Fulani oligarchs have come out to emphatically state that any judge or any government that release Nnamdi Kanu should be labeled as a terrorist. That in fact, that person has committed what we call treason. Okay, don't you think that is why this new judge ran for his life?
No. The new judge ran for his life because he has a pedigree. He has a legal pedigree, that has made him a legal erudite. And you can see he's maintaining it by avoiding stain on his own personality. Not only personality, but integrity and dignity. He's avoiding shame and disgrace. Because if he gets to that court room, I know whom Nnamdi Kanu is. He is going to disgrace the man, and the man will come out in shame. So the man is trying to avoid something. Disgrace, scandal, stigma. A stigma that is at least bordering Binta Nyako now. She found herself in that stigma. Now they cannot disgrace Binta Nyako. And this kind of disgrace, it was on a plate that, let me say, framework of the globe. Because the whole world is watching. And something like that, someone that was brought to court as an accused person has turned to become a judge, chief justice. Do you know the kind of, humiliation that Binta and Yako at least may have gone or underwent. It was a serious issue. The current Chief Justice is trying to avoid many things, to avoid denting his name, to avoid his certificate being at least, let me say, dented as well or disgraced. He's trying to represent something out of himself. The man has respect for law. The man doesn't have respect for injustice. That's why the man said he was wrongly brought into the Nigerian nation, that he has nothing to judge in the case. That Nnamdi Kanu is free, is a freed person. Vindicated many times, 2 times. So the question there is, the Fulanese oligarchs, who are they in Nigeria? The Fulani oligarchs are scapegoats we have in Nigeria. They are the nomads, the wanderers. They are the law violators we have in Nigeria. The Fulani oligarchs are the ones sponsoring terrorism across the north. In fact, if you ask me who are the terrorists in Nigeria, number 1 is the highly rated terrorist group, Fulani headers, herdsmen, number 4th in the world. In Nigeria, they are ahead Boko Haram. Boko Haram is not number 1 in Nigeria. Number 1 is Fulani headers, who are going about all the communities of all the tribes in Nigeria. Fulani headers are not only operating in the north, they operate in south-south, they operate in southeast, successfully in southwest, everywhere in mid-belt. They are there. They are the number 1 terrorist group we have in Nigeria. So how do you say it? There's no how Fulani will allow Nnamdi Kanu freedom, because they actually know that if Nnamdi Kanu comes out, their job, all their plans, all their deceptions don't crumble. Now he make them the vex anytime where them say make the judge Nnamdi Kanu or set him free.
Aisha Yusufu has taxed Imo State Governor, Enugu State Governor, Anambra State Governors. Stop blaming gunmen. You are the CEO of your state. You are the executive governor. Now, since you go to Abuja to collect money, then take responsibility for the insecurity in your state. What do you have to say about it?
Now, thank you for that wonderful question. I think being the governor of the state, you have every power for you to make sure that you get security votes from the federal government. By so doing so, what are the governors doing with this money? Stop coming out to tell the people that there is insecurity in my state and that unknown government have been killing. The government need to take action and put an end to all this and stop apportioning blames. The people you are apportioning blames to are the people who their lives and properties are entrusted in your hand as the chief security officer of the state. So for a governor to come and start telling people that there is insecurity in my state, I think to me the governor need to stand up and then act now, because every now and then allocation is being shared for you, security vote is being given to you, and you have the mandate. The primary function of government is to protect life and property. Yes. So if you cannot protect life and property, then why are you the governor?
Well, some have said that the governors have no power over the military. That it's only the president as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What do you have to say about that?
The governor does not have power over the military. That is true. But see, the question is that can the governor summon military chiefs in their states, the division's commander, to sit and dialogue for a way forward? The answer is yes. So if you can do that, so indirectly it's your power over the military. Now when it calls for security meeting, don't these men don't these guys attend in his various place? They do. So the president should not come and say that he does not have the governor should not come and say he does not have power. We still have killings in Imo State, Enugu State, and some other states. For how long can we continue in this path? The people are scared of their lives. The people cannot even access government, access those who they claim to be what? Electorate. We cannot access people that give us the mandate. So how long can they continue like this? So I think the government of these states on their own, they need to up their games. You must up your games as a governor if you don't want to be sacked come 2027.
But there's always been this fear that the votes of Nigerians does not count, and that is why our elected officials are acting this week that assuming our vote is counting, they will sit up knowing that if I don't perform, no second term for me. You agree with that statement?
Our vote does not count. Does our I cannot say if our vote count or not because I have not conducted any election. So what I'm to say is that people have lost confidence in the INEC, in the power.
The reason why they've lost
You've lost confidence because so many persons have seen the case of Hope Uzodinma when he but reason best the court knows why he had to give it to him. But someone who came forth in the election was uplifted and then he came forth. So the court cited some reasons which Hope Uzodinma became the governor. Reason best known to them. I am not in the position to speak for the court. But one thing is that INEC needs to be the trust of Nigerians again. You saw what happened in last election. As allegedly reports that result was changed in the RF quarter. So I don't know how true that allegation is, but see, it has been going viral. So these are things INEC need to repose that confidence in the average Nigerian. And for the governors too, how much is being given to you on a monthly basis? If you get money on a monthly basis, then why don't you make sure that these people who gave you the mandate to protect them, you can as well protect them too? Because the people cannot always be one-sided every time. The people need to benefit from dividends of democracy. And when they have to benefit from the dividends of democracy is by what? By inclusive governance. The people need to feel the government impact. Not every time you come on here and say on government has attacked the people, you come and start creating fear. These governments are even creating fear in the life of the ordinary man.
We've seen the governor of Enugu State who has declared that Monday is no longer a sit-at-home in Enugu State. When people are saying that, you are seeing that as because the governor. Can you come and secure our lives? I mean, the other people, because you see this sit-at-home every Monday. Some are doing it maybe out of respect for Nnamdi Kanu, but some are doing it out of fear. It is two ways. People are telling the governor, please find a way to secure that. Police cannot be everywhere. What do you think? Because sit at home every Monday, it might be affecting the economic activities in the southeast. What do you think that the governor can do, or the governors in the southeast can do?
Thank you for that one. I think sit at home every Monday is a commensurate to honor the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in incarceration for 4 years now and still counting. But what I want to say is that when there is a conflict in the land, the president himself needs to address this issue of Kanu. Let Kanu issue be settled out of court. If what Kanu is the son of the president, as a son, you can go, you can have a different view or different ideology and philosophy from what your father had. But why can't you, as a father, have you reached out to Kanu himself? And what I felt that the president ought to have done was, why Kanu was in decision, go and meet, let them bring Kanu to you, DSS. Sit down with Kanu, have a round table discussion with him.
But do you think that's possible? Because we saw
Buhari,
he could not
Buhari is different. See,
so,
these are two different people.
Yes.
If you want the security apparatus cannot be everywhere, and these guys are what? Overstretched.
Yes.
These guys are also overstretched. So the president is the father of the nation.
Yes.
Since the president is the father of the nation, he should at least reach out to this guy, even to the Ohanese Igbo. Whenever he will want to invite some Igbo politicians and some Igbo stakeholders to sit on a round table and discuss with Kanu. You have conditions, give him your conditions. Send it to him. Because you see, this is the only way this thing about marginalization can stop. And the truth of our matter is that the Igbos are heavily marginalized in the country, and that is what and that has breed a whole lot.
But do you think that giving them an opportunity, or yes, that's an opportunity, or finding a way, a consensus in 1999, Nigeria had a consensus on making a Yoruba man a president. In 2007, Nigeria had another consensus to make another man to be a president. Do you think that Nigeria finding a way or making a consensus to make an Igbo man the president is going to make that marginalization or the agitations go down in the south?
Making an Igbo man be the president would at least work to some extent. It will help this issue of marginalization reduce a very long way, because if the Igbo man is the president, Peter Obi, you will not watch Peter Obi allowing Nnamdi Kanu to languish in detention, even if, because yes, that is his brother from his tribe. They are from same tribe. No, so why was Senegbo released? It was let's go. Yes. So to some extent, it will help a long way. And as an Igbo man, he will speak in the language that the Igbos. Now I am one of the sons. Yes. You don't have any right to agitate.
Yes.
So that will help them. It will go a very long way for them too.
So I'm letting you go. I think we have like 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, Southeastern Governors Forum. What should be their next step?
Southeastern Governors Forum should at least make moves to meet with the presidents.
Yes.
To put an end to all this. That is the only way. Because if there's no end to all this, all we hear is killing. And then we are not in support of all this killing. It is not good for the future of the country. It's not good for the future of the country.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.